Well, friends and neighbors, Swaggy Man Piper 1926 here. Back to the old grind. Which is fine. Having the Mondays off or the Fridays off kind of throws me off. So, it is what it is. Today, in my Peterson Sportsman Shape 68, if I can keep it lit, which I'm having difficulty, but I don't want to stay lit, smoking a little bit of University Smoke. So happy Monday afternoon, almost evening. I'm having to wait on a customer, which is why I'm probably not in the dark. Because otherwise I probably would have been in the dark. How is everybody? Did y'all have a good weekend? Hope you did. We had the class party, I guess you'd call it. We had a party for my son that was all of his class friends at a it's called the Kid Zone arcade. Got the little jumpy house stuff, had a pool table, all sorts of little things. Actually, a nice setup, really. Party room. It's nice. Don't think it's quite $100+ nice, but it's nice. But what do you do? That'll be the last big birthday until our last birthday that we'll do like that for a while. Oh well. Oh. So. How's the new year working in for you all? How many times, if you have to normally write out a date, do you have to mark out the 22 and put a 23 in there? I can comfortably say I've done that several. As many times as I write the date in a day's time or a week's time, you'd think I'd already have it down, but no, I've probably got a month's worth of writing the wrong date. Speaking of so this is my 69 Sportsman Peterson Sportsman Shape 69. And I was keeping a count. Well, I let the count get by without letting you all know. So, unfortunately, it's not exactly 100, but it's 128, I think it is. Can't tell a great big bunch. Yeah, there you go. If you kind of look inside there, around in here, you can kind of see I've got a little, probably about 2/3, maybe half of a dime's width. stuffed cake. And normally, if I wasn't counting smokes, this would be what I'd go by to know that it is officially broken in. You fell. Are you okay? You alright? Didn't break anything, right? Oh, gracious sakes. Didn't act too fast enough. So, but that's normally what I've always went by. How I've always been able to tell of the, respectively, the broken in period without counting. And that's just always been a general kind of rule of thumb that I've always went by. So I'm waiting. Like I said, I'm waiting on a customer to come back. They had to run that man's wife to a hospital. But so one more thing. So I'm about to the bare bones of this stuff. And without doing a proper, I don't do reviews, folks. You all know that, who's ever watched me long enough. But my thoughts stuff, I'm going to go ahead and tell you plainly. Straight out of the tin, as the 2022 Christmas, it's okay. However, and also that being said, I don't necessarily know if I'd buy it to smoke of the same year. Now, if the contents agrees with you, that kind of tobacco, let's see here. U.S. grown Red Virginias are Cavendish and combined with Mark Ryan's 2003 Perique to create a one-of-a-kind vintage blend. Whole leaf, pressed, sliced into broken flakes, harking back to the good old days. I would put that up. You know, if you want to smoke this year for this year, fine. But I personally would probably get a tin of it and put it up and let it age a year, and then smoke that for 2023, and then get some 2023 and put it for 2024 and on down the line. That's just my thoughts in a nutshell. It wasn't bad. It wasn't spectacular for me. Take that for what you will. Not everybody's palate is the same. Always keep that in mind. Much like the university flake. Who was it? Doing it wrong. Sam. He didn't care for it. Or it's not. He has difficulty smoking burley, which is fine. But if you don't, try this stuff out. To me, this felt more of a holiday blend because you get the fruitiness than, any of the other. Well, not any of the other. Obviously, whatever the Christmas blend is that C&D always puts out. The one with Santa Claus on it. I can't think of what it is. Obviously, that's an aromatic. It's topped. It's got fruit. It's still good if you like that stuff. But as of natural tobacco, I think the University Flake is kind of somewhat almost like a fruit cake-y flavor. So, but again, it's my thoughts, my opinion. Opinions differ, and so does being able to keep something lit, even though I'm still smoking it. I'm not talking all the time, I'm still smoking it. Oh well. No out of the way shenanigans this week. My boy's mostly been on his best behavior for what it is. No, I will tell you. So, my brother, my older brother, the generation that I grew up with, a lot of the time, especially as a 10-year-old in that time frame, the Nerf guns was real big. So my brother, hearkening back to the good old days, decided to get my son a Nerf gun, which is one that it's kind of like a little rifle. You got to pull the bolt back, push it forward to put charge the gun. It's got a little scope on it, all that stuff. And so we were piddling with it the next morning because we met with my stepmother and other two brothers, my younger brothers, and my older brother, for a little bite to eat and exchange some gifts. The next morning, we got the gun out, put it together, all that stuff, and we set up little targets in the kitchen. And it's, my son's big for 6, but he's he doesn't have the arm to hold it right and all that stuff. So I said, "Here, son." We laid down and I said, "You prop it up on something, and you got to look through the little scope there, the little crosshairs, put the X part where it all meets on what you're trying to hit." So we had a Nerf gun shooting lesson downrange in the kitchen. One of these days I'll figure out how to do all the stuff. I'll get a computer or a thing and figure out how to put pictures on all this stuff. Because my wife got up that morning and walked through, and she took a picture and sent to my stepmother and my brother and all that stuff, a picture of me laying down on my stomach, and he's got that gun rested on my back and shooting our little targets. Nay, why not? Hopefully you enjoyed that image. And he's a pretty good shot too. Once he get those little bullets just fly straight. So, you folks take care of yourselves. Enjoy the simple things, folks. Children don't stay small forever. And remember, kindness costs us nothing.